The book of Exodus is the second book of the Bible. It narrates the story of the Exodus, in which the Israelites leave slavery in biblical Egypt through the strength of Yahweh, who has chosen them as his people. Let's start today's video. Jacob's sons join their brother Joseph in Egypt with their families, where their people begin to grow in number. 400 years later, Egypt's new pharaoh, who does not remember how Joseph had saved Egypt from famine, is fearful that the Israelites could become a fifth column. He forces them into slavery and orders the throwing of all newborn boys into the Nile so as to reduce the population. A Levite woman, Šəmōṭ, according to other sources, saves her baby by setting him adrift on the river Nile in an ark of bulrushes. Pharaoh's daughter finds the child, names him Moses, and out of sympathy for the Hebrew boy, brings him up as her own. Aware of his origins, an adult Moses kills an Egyptian overseer beating a Hebrew slave and flees into Midian to escape punishment. There, he marries Zipporah, daughter of a Midianite priest Jethro, and suddenly encounters God in a burning bush. Moses asks God for his name, to which God replies, "I am that I am," the book's explanation for the origins of the name Yahweh, as God is thereafter known. God tells Moses to return to Egypt and lead the Hebrews into Canaan, the land promised to Abraham in the book of Genesis. On the journey back to Egypt, God seeks to kill Moses as he has not circumcised his son, but Zipporah saves his life. Moses reunites with his brother Aaron and, returning to Egypt, convenes the Israelite elders, preparing them to go into the wilderness to worship God in a spring festival. Pharaoh refuses to release the Israelites from their work for the festival, and so God curses the Egyptians with 10 terrible plagues, such as a river of blood, an outbreak of frogs, and the thick darkness. Moses is commanded by God to fix the first month of Aviv at the head of the Hebrew calendar, and instructs the Israelites to take a lamb on the 10th day of the month, sacrifice the lamb on the 14th day, daub its blood on their mezuzot, doorposts and lintels, and to observe the Passover meal that night, during the full moon. The 10th plague then comes that night, causing the death of all Egyptian firstborn sons, and prompting Pharaoh to command a final pursuit of the Israelites through the Red Sea as they escape Egypt. God assists the Israelite exodus by parting the sea and allowing the Israelites to pass through before drowning Pharaoh's forces. As desert life proves arduous, the Israelites complain and long for Egypt, but God miraculously provides manna for them to eat and water to drink. The Israelites arrive at the mountain of God, where Moses' father-in-law Jethro visits Moses. At his suggestion, Moses appoints judges over Israel. God asks whether they will agree to be his people. They accept. The people gather at the foot of the mountain, and with thunder and lightning, fire and clouds of smoke, the sound of trumpets, and the trembling of the mountain, God appears on the peak, and the people see the cloud and hear the voice, or possibly sound, of God. God tells Moses to ascend the mountain. God pronounces the 10 Commandments, the ethical decalogue, in the hearing of all Israel. Moses goes up the mountain into the presence of God, who pronounces the covenant code of ritual and civil law and promises Canaan to them if they obey. Moses comes down from the mountain and writes down God's words, and the people agree to keep them. God calls Moses up the mountain again, where he remains for 40 days and 40 nights, at the conclusion of which he returns, bearing the set of stone tablets. God gives Moses instructions for the construction of the tabernacle, so that God may dwell permanently among his chosen people, along with instructions for the priestly vestments, the altar and its appurtenances, procedures for ordination of priests, and the daily sacrifice offerings. Aaron becomes the first hereditary high priest. God gives Moses the 2 tablets of stone, containing the words of the 10 Commandments, written with the finger of God. While Moses is with God, Aaron casts a golden calf, which the people worship. God informs Moses of their apostasy and threatens to kill them all, but relents when Moses pleads for them. Moses comes down from the mountain, smashes the stone tablets in anger, and commands the Levites to massacre the unfaithful Israelites. God commands Moses to construct 2 new tablets. Moses ascends the mountain again, where God dictates the 10 commandments for Moses to write on the tablets. Moses descends from the mountain with a transformed face. From that time onwards, he must hide his face with a veil. Moses assembles the Hebrews and repeats to them the commandments he has received from God, which are to keep the Sabbath and to construct the tabernacle. The Israelites do as they are commanded. From that time, God dwells in the tabernacle and orders the travels of the Hebrews. Thanks for watching the video. Like, share, and subscribe. God bless you.